We're making incredible progress in making our streets safer and healthier for individuals.
I don't care if they talked with this woman 1,000 times before this video went public. We have to treat people with dignity.
Two very different messages from local leaders tonight after a video of a homeless woman in labor but still getting a citation goes public. This is Wave News at 6. I'm John Bull along with Myra Ansari. It is a story we first brought you yesterday. A homeless pregnant woman on video getting a police citation for street camping, all while she's in labor.
And now we're getting our first reaction from public officials and community advocates.
Ward Jollis has been looking into the case and others like it for weeks now. And in his latest troubleshooter investigation, he explains what happened and what's next.
We begin our story on September 27th under an overpass in the heart of downtown Louisville.
You said you're in labor?
First Division Lieutenant Caleb Stewart approaches a homeless woman sleeping on a mattress. It's quickly apparent by the blood and fluid on the ground that she's in labor.
I'm leaking water. All of my embryonic fluid, I'm leaking out.
The woman begs for medical help, but when she begins to walk around, things between her and Lieutenant Stewart get heated.
Yes, you're being detained. You're being detained because you're unlawfully camping.
I haven't done anything to you. Okay?
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed.
Okay, I understand that. I don't have a home.
The video is hard to watch. Even as the woman appears to be in agony, Lieutenant Stewart hands her a citation anyway, and just afterward even doubts the woman is actually in labor.
So I don't believe for 1 second. This lady's going into labor.
The attorney for the woman tells Wave News, quote, what she needed was help and compassion, and instead she was met with state violence. He says the case is still being handled in court.
Come over here right now and stand over here.
But this isn't unusual behavior for Lieutenant Stewart. In fact, LMPD tells me he has been specifically tasked with enforcing the Safer Kentucky Act here in Louisville, which makes street camping illegal. In fact, of the 45 citations written in the first 3 months of the Safer Kentucky Act, he wrote 29 of them.
But Lieutenant Stewart's record with the homeless wasn't exactly spotless before this incident. Records obtained by Wave News show Stewart was suspended for 20 days in May after not reporting two of his officers for, quote, choking a homeless man for several seconds after he was reported for stealing something from a vending machine. On Friday, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg offered a brief comment on the video, but dodged any questions.
I know this looks bad. What you don't see if you just read the headlines is you don't see that it was an LMPD officer who called for help, who called EMS to get this woman the medical treatment that she needed.
Do you agree with what the officer said?
Do you think that was appropriate?
Councilman Ja'Cory Arthur represents the downtown area where the incident happened. He says the mayor's statements are reprehensible.
I don't think that the mayor is doing his job looking at this as some sort of positive media spin. She deserved to be in a hospital bed giving birth to her baby, not sitting on the sidewalk, and definitely not being cited.
LMPD says Stewart's assignment with the department has not changed. He continues to enforce the Safer Kentucky Act, and so far, there's been no signs of punishment for his actions. Homeless advocate David Smiley says something has to change.
I think it's a pattern of behavior that if it's allowed to continue, we'll end up with worse results than we're seeing now.
Stand over here. Right over here, now.
As for the woman in the video, we don't know where she is now, but she went on to have that baby shortly after the interaction with Lieutenant Stewart. Nowhere in his written citation does he mention the woman was ever in labor. In Louisville, Ward Jollis, Wave News.
We reached out to LMPD for an interview today, and once again, they declined. The woman in the video is scheduled to appear in court January 29th to prepare for a possible trial.